Welcome to the 24th episode of the Mesmerise podcast. With us, we have the Brazen Bull. How are you guys doing?
Hey, what up?
Very well.
Yeah,
good. You?
I'm good, thank you. So, I had a little listen to you guys before I had you on, fresh memories, etc., etc. And one thing that I find really interesting on the vocals is it reaches like a cross between pop punk and gent, like like the higher vocal register. While the instrumental is very hard rock still. So is that something that you got? Like, what are your guys' influences exactly?
Well, I can definitely say pop punk is not really, and even though I'm listening to Bleak 182 right now, the irony, but it's never really been. I've always just been a metalhead. I've never really listened to it, so I wouldn't really say singers are those singers are my favorite. It's weird. I don't know. It's not the first time I've heard it though.
Yeah,
but I'll take it as a compliment. I think it's dope.
Yeah, it's like because like music, like me, Jordan, Luke, we're more sort of like heavy metal kind of thing. Hayden as well, but and then Hayden and Alex kind of bring more like prog influences to the band. It kind of spices things up a little bit.
Yeah.
So are they the ones that like you guys will come up with riffs and like, oh, it'd be really cool to add the syncopation? What's that? In syncopation.
That is Hayden. I remember Hayden. There was this one time Hayden wrote a song and it went from 5/4 to 6/4, and then kept going back or something, and then to 7/4. I was just like, oh, okay, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm still working on that one. It's shaping up now.
It's got 100 different time changes.
So have you mastered the Petrucci stretch, where you're going from fret 1 to fret 10 Jesus. With just 2 fingers?
Not quite, but I was learning Glasgow Kiss, the solo to that earlier today, which was I'm close, but not quite.
I really wonder how John Petrucci does it, because he's recently gone on record to say that whenever they do an anniversary thing, he really stresses to learn songs and everything, because he doesn't tab anything out. It's just like, what the fuck did I play here again? And sometimes he'll sit down with his wife, wife, what did I play on this part?
Oh yeah, because she's a guitarist too. Yeah.
Oh, they're mad talented together. I think they have a band together as well.
Really? That surprises me actually, because with the whole music theory type, you'd been to university, college for music and stuff like that. You'd think that they would have written all of the scores for the whole music out for every single one of their songs and everything. I mean,
for sure Jordan Rudess does.
Yeah, but I guess I completely understand. I tab out everything that I write or anything that's worth writing, unless even stuff that's literally just okay, power chord for the next 4 bars. I'm still writing this down. And
I just want to get to the level. I want to get to the level and playing where you don't have to write tabs out, because you can release a song and in 3 days someone's going to have something out. I want to get that level.
That'd be brilliant. But my stuff is fairly easy. So it's I'm done. I wouldn't want to imagine Patricia's what note goes here? Fuck.
Well, that's like Michael Ackerfeld from Opeth, because the 30th anniversary tour that they're doing, the fans were voting for songs for them to play, and everybody's voting for their song Black Rose Immortal, which he's admitted he doesn't know how to play. The song came out 20 years ago, and the song's 20 minutes.
Imagine having to remember to learn a 20-minute song that you wrote.
Oh, he's Googling the tabs.
He probably goes on to Ultimate Guitar or something okay, cool.
Literally.
Oh, that's what I did. Thanks, mate. There's I remember I bought a tab book of the Black Album from Metallica, and I can't remember the name of the song now, but for some reason there was a Petrucci stretch in there. I think that was a misprint, because it goes from the low E on the 5th fret to the high B to fret 13, and it's meant to be one power chord. So there's no way Kurt plays this. There's no fucking way he plays that.
Some of
It's not
those
a wah
tab
pedal,
books, you
can't
can
do it.
tell they weren't written by guitarists. It
Oh,
was
no.
just like, it was an actual music score, and then software changed it into tabs. It's just, and then just the computer didn't think about it. So,
Like
you can
computers
just tell.
really don't. That's the thing that I always find so funny because I play Rocksmith on a regular basis, and you can tell that some people just throw in the Guitar Pro tab file into the chart, chuck it in. It's like, no, use the cage system. Why are you not using the cage system? Why am I jumping all the way over the fretboard here? No. I always like to simplify riffs if I can and just use the cage system because any guitarist can tell, most guitarists can tell you it's the easiest way of doing it.
Mm-hmm. Although, for actually the standard tonality, if you want to keep the notes consistent with the tone, if you go to higher strings, then it sounds a lot more brittle and loses that lower end. So it can be better to try and stick to just the top two strings or something like that.
Oh yeah, it can do. It really depends what tone you use as well and how much compression you use in your signal, I find. I think that definitely helps. But it is okay. I've got a good question for everyone. What is your favourite song that you are currently listening to? Haha.
Oh.
I've caught you all out.
Ooh.
For me, that would have to be Mirror Reaper by Bell Witch.
You've contributed. Now everyone else has to contribute.
Damn.
Yeah. I got one. Carry the Flame by Unleash the Archers.
Nice.
I'd probably say She Won't Let You Go by Inglorious, like off their album they recently did. I've been listening to that quite a lot, just that album in general, really. But yeah, that song.
Cool. Now we've now got the majority so far, but we're still 2 away.
Yeah. Oh god, there's so many. I'll probably have to go Lover by Alter Bridge.
Okay.
It's just like a really good, powerful song, and it's just like I go through phases of different Alter Bridge like eras, and I'm just currently in like one of those. Let's listen to like love songs which are sad.
I want to feel something. Make me
Are you
cry.
okay, Luke? Are you okay?
It's been a long week.
Luke, when did you turn into me, bud? Come on. And does it have to be one of which we actually know how to play? Because the one that I'm thinking of doesn't contain any drums, or just it's mainly vocals.
No, go on, dude. Like, it doesn't matter if it's something that you play. Like, it could be, you all play metal. I'm sure you're going to come with some kind of drum and bass track. I'd love that. Just simply completely something completely out there in comparison to everyone else in the band.
Oh God, no. I've got to say, Heart Attack and a Lay-By by Porcupine Tree. I love that song. It's a really underrated gem, but honestly, it's brilliant. It's
such a depressing song. I love it.
It is. It's great.
Literally,
So,
a dude having a
Jimmy
heart
and
attack and a
Jordan.
lay-by.
So how much overpriced toilet paper did you have to buy before you were allowed to listen to that song?
Well, I've been listening to it for years, so it doesn't really affect me anymore.
You're just immune to it.
Yeah.
It does make me laugh when musicians do that. It's like, oh, I'm going to sell this toilet paper for $600 or whatever. It's like, why? Just why?
Kiss.
Yeah. Yeah, but they make it market. I mean, they do sell like air guitars and shit. Like, if you buy that, you kind of deserve to be ripped off.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
So survival of the fittest isn't you can outrun a lion. Now it's how easy will you be tricked? How easily are you going to be tricked by a really crappy marketing gimmick?
I mean, can't knock the hustle.
Oh yeah, no, you got to respect that.
Respect the grind.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, it's like hate the player, not the game. Simple as.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I mean, they put something out there. It's up to fans to buy it. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And some people buy some stupid shit. It's hilarious.
People sell bathwater.
I was going to refer to that, but you got there before
Brazen
me.
Bull bathwater coming out next month, guys.
That's the deluxe edition of the album.
You can now buy Brazen Bull bathwater from their OnlyFans account.
Hey, at least they get a selection of who they want it from.
Exactly.
Just Luke in a maid dress.
Bro.
Asphyxiated soul. I'd buy that though. There you go. See, you guys. He says he's joking. Asphyxiated soul, saying they're joking, but I think they're
Not
just.
really. Ain't gonna lie.
Who wouldn't really want it?
Exactly. You know, 5 guys, 1 bathtub. Yeah, but what would the packaging be? Would it be plastic? Would it be glass? These are all the things you need to think about.
Well, we gotta make it
Is it
glass.
fish
So we gotta
bowl?
get glass.
Oh, I don't know.
Like that really thick glass that you get like men's moisturizer in.
Put
Sorted.
like a mason
You know
jar.
those original Coca-Cola bottles where it's just kind of like a flask with a glass stopper in the top? One of those.
One of them.
Go all out.
The glass bottle will just be the premium version.
Oh, so you've got different levels of bathwater now.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
basis
yeah.
last. Basis like a
Oh
pound
wow!
or something.
How
So
loyal to the band are you?
so that's what's going to happen. First, you guys are going to do like one big bottle where it's like everyone's bathwater together, and then later it's like each individual.
It's like a trial thing.
I can just picture it now.
It'll be
Just
like the
hanging
Kiss
out.
albums. Like first they do albums together, and then they all do a solo record themselves.
Yeah.
Like you'll get Hayden's bathwater. So Hayden's was a Progalicious bathwater. Then you've got Luke was it Burn the Bridges Alter Bridge themed bathwater.
Yeah.
The drummer's tears.
Jordan's isn't even bathwater; it's just tears.
Make a pick in a bath like Metallica. I bet it'll sell. Sure, it will. Yeah. Sell sell plectrums, but inside you've got bathwater. Imagine if that breaks.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Oh, just messes all the electronics.
Oh.
Oh, bro.
Imagine trying to explain that to a guitar tech though. It's like, oh, what's wrong with it? Well,
Got bathwater on it.
At least it comes with its own pyro.
I'd love to see a drum kit just filled with water. I wonder what that would actually sound like.
I
oh,
thought of
people have
that,
done it
actually.
before. I
I've
swear
thought
I've seen
about
someone do it.
Just imagine the actual drum itself just exploding during a set. Just...
Yeah, there's this band that actually do that. I think it's the Blue Man.
Oh, a Blue Man Group.
They fill up the drum heads with water, so every time they hit it, like a blue light goes up, and then just like a massive splash comes up. It's really cool.
That would be actually. I've never seen a Blue Man Group. I always thought it's just like they've just, let it rain. They've just got like trash cans, like Slipknot, and start beating the shit out of it. Do you think they're inside? Do you think Clown is actually a blue man in his spare time when he's not in Slipknot?
We know some
Big
people
enough
have
to
got
be
their
one,
own
right?
opinions on Clown.
I swear Chris Fenn really is.
Yeah, he wasn't actually sacked. He just left.
I want. What came first, Slipknot or the Blue Man Group?
I think the Blue Man Group.
I'll
don't
search
know.
up if you like.
It's like the chicken and the egg.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm checking that as well now because I'm thinking
It's like the chicken and the egg.
like at one point someone in Slipknot is just going to look at this like, yeah, I wondered this. Oh, it's like Blue Man Group did it after. It's like, cool, we can sue them.
1987. 1987.
Okay,
7. Cool.
Slipknot.
Not like 1999, I think.
that's when they
Slipknot
released their
album.
album, 95.
Yeah.
So Blue Man
Yeah,
Group
95.
can actually go after Slipknot for that then.
Oh damn.
Wow.
Oh god.
Clown ain't
This
gonna be
is gonna
happy
get
about
shown.
that.
What does Corey Taylor think about this?
Oh, don't. This is gonna get shown in the court case. isn't it?
He's all right. He's now got like 2 other bands he can perform with.
Oh yeah,
I
he
don't think
does,
he's
doesn't
got to
he?
worry.
He's
Yeah.
covered.
I mean, I just
Yeah,
read
he's
earlier
got-
today Corey Taylor's going to be on comic relief YouTube this year or something like that.
Oh
Did he
shit!
actually?
Yeah.
Right.
How has he not been on SpongeBob yet? Like I don't know
Think about
why, but
SpongeBob.
No.
Like every time he does those acoustic gigs, he always does the SpongeBob intro thing, doesn't he?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Hell, we had Pantera on SpongeBob.
Yes.
Oh, that's like really
Yeah.
early SpongeBob as well. That's like the first 5
is.
episodes.
they had like Metallica on there as well. I'm pretty sure.
I know
Brazen Bull
Johnny
for
Depp was in
SpongeBob.
it. I actually
Yeah.
watched the
They
movie.
had loads of people in it.
I've watched the most recent movie just because I got bored. I was like, I'm cleaning up. All right, I'll just put SpongeBob up in the background. They've had fucking Machete. In the same movie, they've had Machete, Keanu Reeves, Snoop Dogg. I'm just like,
Oh.
Oh my god.
have
my
I just sniffed too much bleach for too long? Because I feel like this shouldn't be happening. This kind of budget should not be in SpongeBob. There's too many really great
Yeah.
celebrities in one movie.
So would you
Weirdest
recommend
trick
it?
ever.
Desperate.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
I love
It's a
the
fun
first
watch.
one, so-
I like. You know what? I watch cartoons. I watch kids' films now and again. But they're not that bad. Some of them are cringe. Like the ones that are like really, really cringe. It's like, nah, fuck off. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But some of them are just, you don't have to think. It's just like, that's the general mood that you can just watch that at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they put in all like the innuendos and stuff, isn't it, for the adults that are
Yeah,
watching?
well, that's like the old one, like SpongeBob and like Simpsons and all that. But now you get all these
Yeah.
new TV shows where it's just kind of like, oh,
Yeah, but like
It's
the
all
really
quite
good
simple,
ones do
like-
have the innuendos. Like Adventure Time
yeah,
has a lot of innuendos.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Here's a fun fact. You remember all the shows that you used to get as a kid on Cartoon Network, like Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo,
Yeah.
all the ones that are now being
Yeah.
attacked by
Yeah.
activist groups because it's like, oh, that's a bit risque. But most of them, they all were made by the same writing team, and one of the people that was in that team is Seth MacFarlane. So most of the
Ooh.
cartoons that you've watched
Wow.
as a kid were created by the guy who writes Family Guy and American
That's-
Dad.
That explains a lot.
yeah,
that actually
that does
explains a lot.
explain a lot.
It's like it's really interesting once you start jumping into that rabbit hole, because one of the a character in Family Guy, the Doctor, was it Dr. Hartman, is someone that Seth MacFarlane worked with, who then went on to do Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom.
Wow.
Oh.
So yeah, you can tell I've gone down that rabbit hole, so I've just stopped before I start
Stumped
getting
me.
the the tinfoil hat at that point. But
I feel like my childhood has just been explained. It doesn't make sense.
it all originates at Seth MacFarlane.
did you guys hear about Pepe Le Pew from Looney Tunes?
Yeah. Oh man.
No.
It's
What?
the
What
skunk from Looney Tunes. He's been removed from like the Looney Tunes continuity because he was a bit forceful. It's the polite term.
Ah.
Uh,
Oh dear.
They
But
really
then-
took away the attention from Lola Bunny, which was kind of funny.
You mean
Yeah.
you mean that picture where they're like, oh, look at this picture. This is what she looks like now. Why have you changed her? It's like, they haven't. The picture that you pulled up is a hentai picture. It's a porn pic.
was it also like that Big Hero 6 mum thing or something like that, or the auntie from Big Hero 6? Like, there's a picture of her where she's like leaning over, and like the picture's gone around like over exaggerating by quite a bit of what's actually in the film.
Oh, that's a
Luke,
meme now.
what have
isn't
you
it?
been
Yeah,
looking
it's-
at?
It's a meme, bro. I swear it's a meme.
I know there's loads of memes for what's that other furry film that came out a few years ago?
Sonic?
Zootopia.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Because
Oh,
so many women are like, oh, this rabbit has a much better waistline than me. It's a cartoon rabbit, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not like I'm going like, oh, Sonic the Hedgehog's really fast. I wish I was this fast, or I was as slim as him. Like, no. I do love seeing shit like that because like it's a cartoon. Chill the fuck out.
It's ridiculous.
Honestly.
Well, it's great. So, Brazen Bull, where does the name come from exactly? See, I do talk about bands now and again.
Ah,
So basically, when because we went through a bunch of band names before, this is when it was just like just me and Luke kind of brainstorming stuff back in high school. Went for a few names, but then there was like one night I was just sort of like, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, that kind of, you know, Black Sabbath. They all have like a theme of like, well, not Black Sabbath, but like of like ancient torture devices kind of things.
Oh,
So
we've
the
done that.
Brazen Bull, yeah. What have you done it with?
we use a torture method called perilla. So that in Spanish it means grill. However, there's a torture method where you get 2 electrical rods, put someone on like a metal surface, and electrocute them, which
Nice.
works on an industrial metal band anyway. Sorry, I interrupted. I was like, oh, one of us, one like me.
One of us.
Gobble, gobble.
But yeah, literally, it's a pretty gruesome one. Actually, it's just like it's like a brass or like golden cow. Just put the person inside and then heat it up at the bottom.
Light it up.
Yeah, and then their screams come out of a horn, and it makes it sound like a cow mooing. But it was like,
I
yeah,
like
that's a
that.
pretty nice band name.
Now, you know what we need? We need to have a night where it's us 2 bands and a band called Blood Raven. There must be a band called Blood Raven somewhere.
It's gotta be
Must be.
Blood Eagle or something. Yeah,
That'd be fantastic. It's just like, well,
I mean,
just an ancient torture night.
yeah, an ancient torture. We should do a tour called the Torture Tour.
Oh my
oh
god.
hell yeah.
that'd be
Torture.
cool. That'd be metal as fuck.
That would be awesome.
Like a band called was it Blood Eagle or Blood Raven? That must be like a folk, like Viking metal band.
I'm
God,
still
I'm
gotta be
searching
like
now.
too good for me.
I'm really
There's
down
10
for
of 'em
that
out
now.
there. Watch.
Yeah.
It needs to
On
happen.
Spotify.
It needs to.
Is it called?
Oh,
I'm sure it's
there's
called
one.
Blood Eagle.
There's one.
Oh
here.
yeah, there's a band.
Yeah, it's got a few actually.
There's Blood Raven with 4 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Blood Eagle 647.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh wow, there's
Choice
loads of
competition.
bands.
Yeah.
1, 2. Oh,
Roll up,
there's
roll up.
Blood One Eagle. At least they tried at least. Oh wow, the top one has 674 listeners per month. That's not bad at all. Good on them.
not
Good
bad.
on them.
Actually pretty good.
Where are they from?
Wouldn't surprise if it's from Norway or Sweden.
About
Have a look on their Facebook.
Group ex guitarist. Oh wow, one of them used to be in Volbeat.
From
Oh, damn.
Copenhagen, Denmark.
Ah, you were right. They are Scandinavian shit. All the good metal bands come from Scandinavia.
It's true. They are very good over there.
They're too good. Stop
Hopefully play some good stuff.
stop overtaking the market, please. Give us British bands a chance.
Please.
I mean, we did have our spotlight back in the day.
Back in the
Back in the
fucking
day.
good old days, where
Back
you used to
in
play
the-
heavy metal and nobody would play rap, where everybody would come from an industrialized town. And everybody's coming from all the big towns where all the money's coming in. Not like the fucking good old days.
Oh,
Uh,
those were the days.
Watered down beer, lovely.
Who's having watered down beer?
I mean, what's Luke drinking? Stella.
Stella.
Oh,
Oh
Wow.
god.
Stella.
Hey, come on, hey, come on. He's already sad enough as it is, as you can tell from his music choice. Let's just leave him alone.
Kicking him whilst he's
Jordan.
down. Jesus.
No need to remind everyone.
Sorry, Luke.
I can tell that you guys have really good fight nights. Sorry, rehearsals. They're called rehearsals.
Same thing,
Just a
really.
beat down every night. Basically a hardcore band at this point.
You see this bruising?
Is that how you guys start off your rehearsals? Like everyone takes their shirts off, starts beating the shit out of each other.
That's how we get in the mood for it.
Do those windmill karate kicks.
So the cool down from the rehearsal is literally just crowd killing. It's like, all right, we've all put our instruments away. Disrespect your surroundings. Just fucking.
That's where having a hard case comes in handy. Just level someone with it.
Is that how you win? You just get the case. Like,
Yeah.
At least I've got a kit to hide behind, at least.
yeah, but that's the thing. It's made out of
Sticks.
skins, so your kit will break quite easily.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
It might be the biggest, but it's probably the most weakest instrument out of all of them.
I don't know how much more we should say. Venues aren't going to want to take us anymore.
Oh,
We have to bring
Just-
our own kit now, jeez.
Apparently, just mosh pit the manager. Ooh, that's the thing though. Like as a rule of thumb, the manager's always the toughest member of the band.
Yeah. Well, we don't
Yeah.
have one. So.
I mean, the
Yeah,
manager
I'm
usually
so
has a
mad.
weapon. Like anyone that's seen Spinal Tap,
He's got the cricket bat.
yeah, exactly. They've all got some kind of weapon with them, but not a pussy weapon like a knife or anything like that, but like a blunt weapon, so they can really teach a lesson.
Bludgeoning damage.
It's like they're not being kind. They're just making it worse. They're just making the pain last longer. Managers like to humiliate their foes.
No, managers are just proficient in bludgeoning weapons. They get a
I'll say
+2.
it's-
Yeah, +2 bonus.
I wonder how much armor their suits give them. Like a +4, maybe.
I think they have like an 18 AC. I think they'll be all right.
Do you think they go
They'll be
into? Do you think they go into a store and then they just get like the 20-sided die? It's like, all right, and that's how they choose their suits for their careers.
Yeah.
Leave it down to chance.
We're all musicians.
They just re-roll.
We're all musicians, so we all leave it to chance anyway.
Yep.
oh, boy.
Oh dear.
That's great. But we've already gone. Was it half an hour into it, and there's just so much bullshit that's already been spewed. It's great.
Oh, no.
Yep.
So,
Kind of
What-
a good podcast.
what is your guys' favourite part about being in a band?
Just making music. It's just like a rush to it. I would say the rush.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, really. Especially
Yeah.
like when you're playing it live and like all the stuff that you've been like working on for the past couple of months, and you like play it
Yeah.
live, and it's just like, oh, it's a good moment.
Yeah, I think it's just playing it live and then just whenever there's a mosh pit, that's what really hits me. Like people are moshing to the music.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's actually in the rehearsals when we've got a song and then we bring it all together, and that this first moment you find it where that's a full song. That's a full song, and everyone's getting into it, and it's a lot more intimate. Just the five of you in that space jamming on the instruments. It's it's nice.
That moment when you realise you like a song that you actually wrote. as a
Yeah.
band.
Or is that
Like, oh my
time it's
god, I
like-
actually like this. What?
It's like when someone writes a part, and then it's like everyone just has that look of each other, just like, ooh, where did that come from?
Like
That
little
is
clips.
great when you get that. Like, especially when you've like worked on a song for ages, and it's just like, "Oh, it's not fucking working. It's not working." Then suddenly, that tiny little change is like, yes, this is what is needed. Write it down, lads. Write it down, otherwise you turn into John Petrucci. Great player, can't remember shit.
Oh, I think it was when we were recording, we were rehearsing Boy and the Dancer, and Hayden played this one bit, and like when we were playing it, like I was in love with it. It was amazing.
Oh,
and then he
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
remember it.
I know the bit you mean. Yeah, no,
No,
we still never.
I
did.
did remember it. It's in the recording. It's the.
No, there was another part where it was kind of just like there was just like you were just holding notes and then you're playing bits. It was like in the slow part
Oh, was it like
or something like that.
yeah,
Something
like that.
Yeah, and
I just
like
because
we
we got
just
it on
didn't
like
record it. And we forgot it, and I was I was
we
pissed.
got it on video, and then it's just like Luke going, "Hey, and play that again." And it's like, "Play what?"
File has been corrupted. No. Do you guys ever find, like, you know, when you're warming up or practicing, whether it's singing, whether it's guitar, whether it's bass, whether it's drums, you do a part just when you're just, you know, just faffing about. You're sitting there like, I'm like, oh, that's a really cool part. And I'm like, fuck, what did I play? And then you can't recall it because you got so into it. Or like you have like 3 minutes worth of a song that you just play. Like, oh, yeah, this is working great. Fuck, what was it?
That's more or less every first run through of every song that we've done.
It's like most of the verses end up being different. It's like the chorus stays the same, but the verses are just like, wait, what?
Yeah. Wait,
I
how
mean,
many times did we play that?
There's one of the songs in the album where I think it might be. Is it? I'm pretty sure it's Collapse, but during the solo, I don't know how to play the rhythm, but my mind has just automatically defaulted to actually playing the verse of Angel's Nails.
Oh,
It's just-
Jesus, it is.
I'm-
Oh, dear.
I've just realised that, yeah.
Damn
It
it.
feels like it wasn't quite meant to be, but that's what felt natural and that's what my hands were used to playing. So I don't know if that was what it was written originally, but it is what it is now. So changing it.
It's weird, isn't it?
what?
When you've got a certain structure for a song for weeks or months or whatever, and then you start changing the arrangement, and you're still remembering the original arrangement in your head. They're like, no, that's wrong. I'm playing the wrong fucking thing.
Yeah, because that was one of the songs we have packed in blood. Like we literally made like changes to it like 2 days before we went in the studio, and I remember like just practicing at home, and I was just like, nope, it's not that fucking bit anymore.
I think it was like one of our first gigs when it was myself, Charlie, and Jordan, and when we were doing a gig at the Brickmakers, and
know what
because
you're
at the
gonna
time we had several songs which sounded very similar, and there was actually a recording of the gig, and we were playing one of the songs, and like because the verses sound so similar to one another, I started playing a completely different song to what the others were playing, and then there was moments when Charlie was playing a different song to what we were actually playing.
It was like that for the
And-
first 2 gigs, and it was just like,
yeah,
gosh.
and that's why we scrapped 2 of the 3 songs because they just sound too similar.
Wasn't it
I-
Circus and Shadow of the Saint? Of that?
Yeah.
Of which
Yeah,
happened?
and
yeah.
Where Do I Go Now or whatever they were
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, God, I remember those days.
Oof.
That it is a very strange thing when you do have songs that sound very similar, because you start playing it and you're like, which one was this? Which one am I? Because you're thinking like you've got the right title in your head, but you're playing the different one. It's like, it sounds right, but it's not. Why isn't it right? I think we've had that one gig where, because we had 2 songs that we don't usually put together because we use backing tracks, the drummer started playing it and we're like, what? What's happening?
What?
So everyone's just like, yeah, it's like there's a full minute of us being like, what?
It's like always stuff like that when it happens, and then like you go and speaking to people after, oh, fuck this bit up, and I was like, you what? I never noticed. It's like, how?
Yeah.
I was
It's
very
also a
clearly
bit of
just
a
looking
relief
at.
when
I
you're
was
done.
looking over the stage, mouthing at Luke. What the fuck?
It's always a bit of a relief when that happens.
But you've always got one person in the band that's always like really on it. It may not always be the same person, but on that night, one of them is really on it. And when shit like that happens, they're just like, what are you
The
fucking
stare.
doing?
The stare.
The stare.
The stare. I've had it way too many times.
It's a bit like when we had that John Peel Centre gig and we're playing Phantom of the Opera,
Oh,
and
God.
Jordan was playing way too fast. And
Yeah,
the song is what, like 7.5 minutes. I'm pretty sure we finished it in 5.5. We
Oh,
cut it by 2 minutes simply because of how fast Jordan was playing.
we
And I was
turned
just
it into
looking
a
at him. I was like,
prog song. It was
mate.
great.
there was a band that I was in. Like, we only ever rehearsed, and the drummer decided to play The Trooper by Iron Maiden, I think by like 30 beats per minute faster than the original. And the
Oh,
guitarist
God.
at the time, he's like a shred god. And he's just like, he's struggling. Like, he's actually having to move his hand because he's like, fuck, I'm cramping. He's like, what the fuck? And we thought, like, what's going on here? Like, none of us really realised what happened. We're just like, what is this?
I never realised how fast I'm actually playing until afterwards, and it's like, bloody, that's a bit fast, isn't it? I did that.
So it's all in the moment.
With that, Nico from Iron Maiden does something quite interesting. I think like the first 4 or 8 bars of a song, he has a click track. Then after that,
Yeah,
just
he does.
Yeah, and then he just goes free
Yeah.
time, doesn't he? Yeah.
which is a really interesting approach, because usually most bands either don't have a click track at all or have a click track throughout everything. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, but I think they're just everyone in Iron Maiden. They're just mad. Like,
They're stupid good. Then you've got Metallica as well. Like they're generally quite good. I think I've seen them. I've seen them twice, and I think James got one and Fade to Black mixed up.
Oh.
Imagine you were like playing in the band
Oh,
for
man.
like
That's
how
sad.
many years, and you still get it mixed up.
But
How many
the thing-
attempts did
Sorry.
how many attempts did Lars take to play for for whom the bell tolls?
Oh,
He
what the
fucked up so badly, yeah.
That video just every time I see that, I just laugh.
That's the thing. They've played those songs so many times. I couldn't imagine playing like almost the same set for 20 good years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they're like, I don't want to play Master of Puppets. I'm old. I'm tired. I want to go to bed on time.
There was even that moment when Twitch got scared that they were going to get copyrighted by them.
Oh yeah.
So they played like weird fairy music over it when it was the
Yeah.
actual band
Yeah.
playing.
They did that live stream gig, didn't they?
Yeah, and they got a DMCA strike, so they just started playing something else. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
The video is just hilarious. You just got them like being all metal, and you just got like those like fantasy fairy music or whatever.
It's hilarious when they do that, though. I know Herman Lee got DMCA striked a few times, even though he owns the music of Dragon Force. It's whitelisted. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna ban you from Twitch for a bit. It's like, that's my music. What you do? This is my fucking music. It's definitely gotten a lot worse over last year, because now all the record companies are like, we're not getting money.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably the bigger reason, because obviously with streaming platforms, they're like trying to knuckle down on those copyrights just because that's where they're going to gain money.
Yeah, but then no one's going to do it either. That's kind of...
No.
It's a double-edged sword, really. And now Napster is a streaming platform. That one does make me giggle. I think the first time I released music online, I was like, wait, Napster's a thing still? And it's legit? The fuck? No more LimeWire for you, matey.
Oh god, those are the days.
When you would kill your computer with, well, LimeWire raids, I guess. Oh, look, it's a new Linkin Park record. What's this? What is that nice man doing to that lady? Oh my god. Because at the time you wouldn't think that 2 gigabyte file isn't an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those unreleased tracks. Nah, but so, what is your? Is there any particular type, a piece of gear that any of you have gotten really into recently? Like music gear, I mean, not. You know, have you gotten so bored during lockdown that you started shooting up just out of pure fucking boredom?
I don't know.
Did Alex just cut out?
Uh,
Right as he was about to answer.
Rest in peace, my man.
Dude, my internet's like being pretty shitty. You guys answered before me.
I can't
Okay.
really answer that.
I think like
Yeah.
it's just like the normal guitar gear nerdy obsessiveness for me, really. But it's just like, amplified more because I have nothing to do.
Yeah, but
Like, just the-
what gear?
Or usually like the EVH 5150s and like the JCM 800s and all that,
Nice.
and anything with a Floyd Rose, really.
How do you? Because I'm someone who's very opposed to Floyd Roses. Like, they're cool.
I absolutely
But-
hate like maintaining them, but it's just so fun to just go weeboo weeboo and just like be able to make cow noises on guitar. to be
Is
honest.
that literally what you do? Just weeboo weeboo?
Pretty much?
That's actually where we
I
got
just-
the name from.
whenever I show someone who doesn't like play guitar, it's like when I'm explaining them, like, because yeah, I'd like to go on and on about stuff, but whenever I'm just like explaining to them and just like, oh, what does that do? And I'm just like, it makes it go so you can go brr on the guitar, pretty much. It's like the whole meme that haha guitar go brr.
Love it. Apparently, I'm supposed to mention your Chauvel. Aiden.
Oh, my Chauvel.
My Chauvel.
Oh, my Chauvel.
Yes, it's got a tremolo, but it's not a Floyd. It's a non-locking Goto one. It stays in tune well enough. I don't use the trem that much. I'm just the kind of person that will buy a guitar with a Floyd Rose, and the first thing I'll do is block it and take the trem arm out. But I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know how to use a trem well enough so it doesn't sound just like a 12-year-old messing about with it, to be honest. But
That's the best part.
of course. But like because I'm a fan of Michael Romeo, I really need to learn how to use a tremolo properly for all those melodic stuff, and it's just out of my grasp.
So you got Hayden with that, and then you got Charlie. He's like, Dimebag go wee.
It's like Van Halen goes brr.
That's how you know whose solo it is.
Pretty much.
Oh, but no, I was going to make another French joke, but I kind of lost it. Anyway, so what about Luke and Jordan?
Well, during lockdown, or one of the lockdowns, I can't remember which one now, but
They're
I
all
got
the
a,
same one. They're all
yeah,
just one
This
lockdown.
year's been the same.
yeah, I got a Dark Class Microtubes bass pedal preamp, and I haven't had a chance to like properly use it with like a proper like bass amp and like be able to use it with the guys as well. So it's kind of just like sat there. It's like a lot of money just on my pedal board, and I'm like, I want to use it, but I can't because I've got nothing to use it on. It's been like sat there for like half a year.
Ooh,
I know.
that's horrible. I can't imagine not using a new piece of gear to its fullest extent.
Mm.
Yeah.
What about Jordan? I'm wondering here actually, like, because sorry, my cat sneezed. Scared me for a second there. But Jordan, with drum, have you actually managed to stop sneezing? Have you tried? Have you actually managed to play drums during all of this at all, or has it just been a case of beating the shit out of pillows?
Well, for the first lockdown, I had my electric kit, but for this lockdown, I'm currently in a place of which I can't play, so I've literally just been smacking the fuck out of these pillows here. I keep getting a row for it, but it's my job, you know.
Is that a dent in the wall behind you, Jordan?
We
That's just from when he like drank a Monster Energy one time.
don't mention
No, his
it.
name's Jordan, not Kyle.
That's my middle name. No. But no, I did buy this Nico McBrain signature practice pad, which is getting me through this lockdown until we can get on stage again, or rehearsals at least. So that's doing me well. Apart from that, sorry, pillows.
Also, Hayden apparently supposed to sign Asphyxiated Souls King V so they can sell it for USA King V prices.
Of course. I mean, my signature is going to be worth thousands. Just for you, I'll do it.
Especially after all that bathwater we sell.
Exactly. Is that how
Some
you condition your
bathwater in there.
frets? Is that how you condition your frets with your own bathwater?
Squeaky clean.
But what
Stop
about
neck
Alex?
dives.
You may be a singer, but you must like some form of gear.
I mean, he's got a guitar and a bass in the background there.
Dude, those are shit instruments. They were given to me because this guy was leaving. So I don't know why I took them. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of there. You know, I want to get some nice earplugs. In your monitor system actually would be pretty cool.
They are handy.
Pretty
Trust
sweet.
me.
I gotta look into some mics as well, but nothing at the moment right now.
Sure. Go for sure.
All my money is just going to D&D stuff, man.
I've tried learning D&D once, and I do actually genuinely want to learn it. I've just not made the time to.
You just need to have that right group of people that all want to really play it.
Oh yeah, I did join a group
That's-
that were like, "Oh, we're gonna teach you guys how to do it." But I was like, the only new guys. Everyone sort of went back to, "I know what I'm doing." I'm like, I'm the bard. I sing. Am I doing it right?
Ah,
Alex
Bard
keeps
is
telling
definitely
he's
not
gonna
good
like.
for a beginner.
Alex keeps telling he's gonna like teach us and do one with us, so you're more than welcome to join one time.
I keep cutting out.
Sweet.
What happened?
Oh, you're gonna teach all of us how to play Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons.
I just gotta get my ass. Yeah, I gotta get my ass in gear for that.
Could be worse.
gonna be
Could be
a long
Magic the Gathering. That's expensive. That gets expensive real quick.
So is Warhammer.
Ah, dude, I've since lockdown, I've been watching all these streamers that just paint little figures because I can't do that. Like I've physically just shit at painting. Sometimes I'm just like, that's nice. I can't do that, but that's nice. It's almost like watching Bob Ross, but it looks more violent.
Violent Bob Ross.
I'm not a painter, but I love doing that shit. It's a lot of fun.
I don't have the patience. I
was
just
painting
I
only
don't have
one
the
colour.
space either.
Don't have the time.
Yeah, it could take a long time. It can take
Yeah.
a while, but it's kind of
A lot of
it's
patience.
therapeutic. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I used to have Lord of the Rings figures, and oh my god, they looked fucking horrible. Like, they just looked surprised. None of them looked serious. I was like, oh shit, there's an orc. Actually, it was the orcs that looked more surprised. I was like, what the fuck is that thing? Oh, I'm a hobbit. Oh shit.
Like the size of my calf.
Look at my foot pubes. That's what they are. They're foot pubes. We all know it. I wonder if hobbits can grow beards.
I think they can.
It just all goes on their toes.
Do you reckon it would be like in proportion, or if it would just be like a scarf or something?
Probably. I wonder if a hobbit proposes to another hobbit, do they put the ring on the finger, or do they just put it on one of the toes?
Jesus.
Oh man,
Uh,
you
pure.
actually gave me
that-
ideas now for a campaign.
I tried to run one campaign once, and that was an utter disaster. Children were murdered. Fish people were offended. It was not a good time. It was a good time
Sounds
for
like one of
me,
my-
but
Sounds like one of my English language assignments. Creative writing wasn't my forte.
so like just write I forgot it now. I'm trying to bring out the name from that South Park episode where they like, oh, Catcher the Rye isn't that bad. Let's write our own really bad book that's going to get banned.
What was it Scrody McBooger Balls?
That's it. That's it. So just write that simple. It's like, it's creative. So it's vulgar, but it is creative. So the teacher just froze up throughout the entire thing. It's like, oh God, it's genius. Oh God.
On that subject, like, can you like imagine being like Stephen King's English teacher? Like, you just like do an essay or something and just like turns in like Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
I think he's a
see,
weirdo.
Pet Cemetery wasn't that bad. Like, it would have been.
Oh, the books for real.
Yeah, like I'm sure you're well aware of that one part that they're never going to be able to show on film or TV.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. With the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the teacher looks at that and like, Stephen, what the fuck?
You good?
Can you stay behind for a minute?
You good, man?
Just, you're right. I've called
Everything
your
all right
parents.
at home.
Imagine
just get
being
safer.
in school and having to have that conversation with your English teacher and your parents. Like, yeah, so Steve, read this bit that Stephen wrote out. Why, Stephen? Well, actually,
went
it means
wrong?
this. It's like, yeah, no, I understand the reasoning behind this, Stephen. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Does he even write anything anymore?
Don't know.
No. I think he's probably set now, isn't he?
He must be like all the like he must get movie royalties as well.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
wonder-
you definitely should be getting movie royalties. I'm pretty sure. Though sometimes they like buy like the rights of the book. I don't think he would sell the rights for any of his books.
Oh wow, okay. Oh no, that's okay. He's actually in. I didn't realize he was in It Chapter 2.
Was
Did
he?
you actually?
Yeah, he's
he was
he
in
plays
the
the
shop.
shopkeeper.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Wow, he's in loads of stuff. Is there? I'm just trying to look if he's actually released any books recently. Like it just shows the awards he's made. It's like, no.
He did a book. What was it? Doctor Sleep in 2013. Because was that something to do with The Shining or something like that?
Yeah, it's meant to be like a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's released 2 books this year.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Keeping himself occupied.
Oh wow, yeah, he releases he releases like 2 books every year, give or take.
Bro.
That's
Somebody needs to
insane.
tell him to slow down.
Wow, okay.
Surely he
Man's
doesn't
doing
need to.
alright.
He writes screenplays as well. Like he,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he does. He's got
Jesus.
one coming. He's already got 2 out this year.
No wonder he looks as scary as he does. That's weathering. Bloody hell.
I
but do you-
mean, how does he not have carpal tunnel from all that, like, writing or typing?
yeah, he has 62 novels, 11 collections, 5 non-fiction, 19 screenplays, and 16 other. That doesn't include voiceover or being on TV or anything. He looks, to be
Man.
fair, he doesn't look that scary. There's other people that look a lot worse than him.
I mean, well, there is one photo. That is ridiculous. Oh god.
What is his net worth though?
Oh,
Ooh.
That is a real question.
But that's the thing. His net worth isn't necessarily what he has.
No, it's like in all his assets, isn't it?
I mean, it says he sold more than
$500 million.
$500 million.
$500 million.
Here's a good question for you guys. Who do you think, which musician, which songwriter has the biggest net worth?
Bob Dylan has to be at least
No.
one of them.
He's
Really?
not even in the top 5.
Well, this is going to
Yeah.
include like pop artists, isn't it?
It does,
Sure.
but there's not
Doesn't-
actually that many in. There's actually not that many pop artists in the top.
Mhm. No, it's good. Yeah, because most of them don't actually write their own music in a way.
One, they don't write their own music, and two, most of them only last for a few years.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's true.
Who was the guy that wrote Angels?
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams?
No, it was the guy who used to write all of Robbie Williams' songs, and then Robbie was like, "I'm too good for you." That's him having a stroke, by the way, in case nobody noticed. No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the answer. It's not Paul McCartney, but he is very high up there. I think he's like number 2, number 3. Number 1 is Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Webber.
Right.
Hmm.
Lloyd
Wow.
Webber. Like his net worth is ridiculous. Like you wouldn't think he was that much. His net worth is 1.2 billion,
Oh,
Man's a legend.
yes.
which is actually quite interesting because all he does is musicals. He doesn't
Yeah.
Hmm.
do
I
that
suppose,
much,
like,
really.
People like Hans Zimmer and all that, they might be pretty high up there because like they do all the big film scores as well, which probably get them a lot of money.
You know, Hans Zimmer did the Madagascar soundtrack.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
only well, I say only his net worth is $200 million.
Well, Hans Zimmer.
Yeah,
All right.
while off.
I mean, it says here that Paul McCartney is $1.2 billion.
Is it? Oh yeah, he is. Huh?
My God.
He's the richest rock star in the world. What? Yeah. So second to Paul McCartney in regards of rock stars is Bono.
Bono.
Oh,
Bono by 700 mil. Then you've got Jimmy Buffett for 600 mil. Bruce
fucking love Jimmy
Springsteen
Buffett.
500.
Bruce would be up there, wouldn't he?
Elton John 500. John Bon Jovi 410. Sting 400. Mick Jagger 360. I really would have thought he'd be higher.
Yeah, I just thought he'd been higher.
To be honest, Bono's probably would be a lot more if he didn't buy so many sunglasses.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Whenever I hear Bono, I always think of when, like, from one of those interviews that Sacha Baron Cohen did, and just the way he says Bono. That's whenever I hear Bono, it's always Sacha Baron Cohen says it in my head. It's weird.
Is it Bono or something?
No, it's just like Bono, and it's like, oh no, yeah. I think it was like an interview he did where he was talking about when he was with Liam Gallagher, and it was like a weird experience he had with him. But yeah,
Here's the thing that I
a bit
find.
off topic.
I've mentioned this in the previous podcast I did, but I find it really fascinating that how big U2 are, but no one their fan base doesn't talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like you've got
I think it's-
someone like
Yeah.
a Beatles fan will talk about the Beatles. Bruce Springsteen fans, Elton John fans, Metallica fans, they have all their merch, they've got all their shit lying around. U2, it's like their fan base doesn't exist, but there's loads of them. It's like the quiet minority,
I
but
think
there's
it's
somehow a
like the whole
majority
iTunes-
somehow.
Like since the whole iTunes thing, I think people have probably just like stayed a bit quiet.
yeah, because it was like one of their albums that everyone just automatically downloaded on iTunes or something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't mind it. That's the thing. I did not mind that
Yeah.
too much. But then again, I don't hate U2.
They're okay.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
heard
their
from
80s
that
stuff is
ages.
alright.
Yeah.
I always just think of that South Park episode with Bono.
He's a number 2.
It's kind of the same thing as
Did
how
he?
I think The Cure. They when Robert Smith had to fight Barbara Streisand. That's such a good episode.
South Park in general is just good. I mean, yeah, there's a few seasons where it goes a little bit downwards, but then they pick themselves up. I mean, like the Mr. Garrison one where he's Donald Trump is fantastic.
Goes to Canada.
Was it? He's in like the Darth Vader chair, and they put the wig on him, just like in Star Wars. Like his running mate is like Caitlyn Jenner or something. It just keeps
Buckle up, Buckaroo.
Buckaroo just starts running people over just continuously throughout the show. Like, for fuck's sake. I love South Park. South Park's so good. I've not watched the most recent ones. I've not seen the lockdown special yet. I really need to see that.
I have a lot of series to catch up on.
I remember.
I think I might be the only one here who hasn't watched an episode of South Park.
Oh,
I
dude.
haven't either.
Oh,
damn.
jeez.
Oh no.
You haven't lived. You need to watch South Park.
They're all on Netflix.
That's what
Yes,
I'm
they
going to
are.
be binging for the next so many months.
You mean
Never
2
gonna
weeks,
see
right?
Luke again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just like just for 2 weeks, like South Park. I understand now. Luke is just going to turn into Randy Marsh once he's done with it all. I started running a random season of South Park, and I was I realised I started playing the Space Hopper one. Some of it's,
Oh yeah.
and my other half's never seen it. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Yeah, just watch it. Just watch it." I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" He's like, "I'm just gonna get a little cancer, Stan, just a little bit."
It's not exactly something that you can easily explain, is it?
No, it was great. Like I just love the way that Randy talks. It's like the Inception one they did. It's like, Stan, I was going to help you, but I'm now going to get some butterfly poon. Goodbye, Stan. He's just getting it on with other butterflies. Like, for fuck's sake, just stop.
I think I need to watch this now.
Yeah.
Like,
You've got me hooked.
like one of the things that's so good with South Park is they can smash out an episode within a week. So like every year they do it for like 2 months, I think, like 2.5 months. But literally every week there's another episode, so they're really topical. There's one they did not too long ago where there was this big discussion of like men who would then identify as women would then participate in certain sports, like all female sports. And I think there was like a volleyball player. The bloke was like 2 meters something, built like a shit brick house, and he's competing with all these women. And he's twice their like he's 2-3 times just their body weight, and he's just completely destroying them. Just like volleyball. Yeah! And they took the piss out of it on South Park, where it's like you've got this all women's Olympics. You've got like this wrestling Randy Savage type character, just bulked up muscle, just like his muscles so big that they're just full of those. Like, yeah, I identify as a woman now. It's like, I'm gonna crush these pussies. So crying some men. It's like full on tough guy, WWE wrestler type motherfucker, just destroying all these women during this competition, and just like it's just ridiculously great how they just handled it, because like this could happen. Like it's not actively attacking people that are genuinely trans. It's just like someone could actually do something like that and just
Like,
ruin the
if they
experience
wanted
for
to.
everyone.
yeah. So it's just kind of like exaggerating the whole thing.
Oh yeah, like mad exaggeration. It's great when you see shit like that though, because it's like, oh shit, this only happened last week.
Yeah.
I think that they've not actually been doing it like that for that long, I don't think. But there's always like a centralized theme that they do it around, which is quite interesting. It's like, oh, this all seems really randomized. Yes, but they do get to that final point in the last 2 episodes. So it's like, okay, it's really well thought out. I think so anyway. But I'm thick as shit, so.
I just know that all the South Park games are all just based around fart jokes or something like that. Like, that's the whole point of the games.
Yeah, specifically the most recent ones. What's actually quite interesting is they never had the layout of the town before they did the game, like the most recent ones. Because so how do they get to there? I don't know. We actually need to set out where the town is. Which, I mean, that's the thing. At least it's still fun. Then you got Simpsons, which is like, just stop. Like the guys creating Simpsons, they just want it to die at this point. Just let it die. Just let it go.
Yeah, that probably should have ended a while ago. But then again, like, people want it to carry on because, like, the whole prediction thing. They're like, oh, what are they going to predict next or whatever. I think at this point, like, they've done so many episodes that literally, like, anything that they've made could be like a possibility, and it just happens to be a possibility that it happens, and then everyone's like, oh my god, Simpsons predicted it. But they've probably exhausted anything that they could write anything about.
There was actually an episode in South Park that they did that, where it's like, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, what, you mean like Bart Simpson in this episode? It's like, what? And then he's just like, Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. It's like, oh, no, nothing I'm doing is original anymore because Simpsons have fucking done it. But, like, that's the thing. Like, you've got Futurama, and that ended so well. Like, the whole show was great. Now he's got, like, another show, which is, like, hit and miss. But you've got, what's his name from the IT crowd? Richard Iodi?
Yeah, Richard Iodi, yeah.
It's just him talking. It's like, yes. You don't even need to do anything funny. It's just you talking in your beautifully buttery, velvety voice.
He's just gifted, isn't he?
Oh, he is. Oh, and Matt Berry. Like, Matt Berry's fantastic.
Oh, Matt Berry, yes.
Like, I don't even think Toast of London is that funny. It's Matt Berry. That's what makes me laugh.
Funny. It's just that voice. It's like you can recognize it from anywhere. He could literally be reading out like a shopping list or something like that, and it would just be hilarious because of his voice.
Bring on the trumpet.
Reason I still watch TV is those times when it comes on that advert, which the insurance advert or something, which Matt Berry voices. It's
like, yeah,
Money Supermarket.
Yeah,
it's just that's the only good thing on TV nowadays. That advert.
Good advert. Fucking advert.
That advert and that advert alone.
There's an episode of Star Trek Discovery that I watched ages ago, and I've watched right into it, like towards the end. Then a friend of mine tells me, you know, that's Clem Fandango from Toast of London. I'm like, fuck, it is. Oh shit. So I can't, like, whenever he gets beamed up or something, I'm just like, hello Enterprise, this is Clem Fandango, can you hear me? Oh god, I've ruined it. I've ruined the show for myself. God damn it. It's like, why is he not wearing a shirt that covers everything but his nipples? Where is that shirt? It needs to be there. But so, with this, what are your plans with, you know, getting away from TV shows and shit? Because it feels like it's just me talking. Everyone's just like, I'm being polite. I'm listening. Yes. What are your
cutting out?
what are your guys' plans with Brazen Bull, like release wise? Like, are you recording more music at the moment? Are you recording music videos? What are you doing besides talking to me?
So we just like last week the album came out. It's out everywhere now. We should probably plug that. He's got it.
Hayden's just came to me today.
Hayden's plugging it. But yeah, now it's just sort of like trying to get like booking gigs and stuff like that. It's a bit hard at the moment because like not only is there like everyone's going for the same things and so many like festivals and that, they just keep the lineup over from the next year, from like the year before and that. But yeah, and then like just also like the precautions and everything, just trying to book them. But yeah, especially because we're all like can't see each other. Of course, we haven't been able to do too much writing. Because usually like we have like ideas, bring them to practice, and then sort of go from there. But yeah, so not at the moment, not too much. But
oh, you guys have quite a fair few gigs with Kane.
yeah, so we're doing one with them in May in Ipswich. And that's going to be a social distance one, I think.
Yeah, because that's on 22nd of May, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before the 21st of June, which everyone looks forward to.
Oh, you guys are all playing with bands that I know. Consider Tigers a Pantang one with Ozzy McGuillotine. I had James Balcombe on my first podcast about 3 times because he's a drummer, so he's in like half the bands in this county. It's like, I'm a drummer? I think I can manage 5 bands easily. That won't break me.
You find one drummer in a local scene, they're just like everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because barely anyone plays drums anymore. It's like drums and bass is just kind of like gold at this point.
Drummers are very rare.
Yeah, we're so in demand, honestly.
What do you mean, Luke? We've just got all the guitarists out here that just aren't good enough to play guitar.
Luke and hint. I love you, Luke.
You say that, and I think you're quite right. I find, like with bass, I find bassists are harder to find than drummers. Like I've found drummers before, and it's like, do you know what a fucking metronome is? Please. Well, a lot of bassists have like.
John's hiding himself away.
I generally do find there's a lot of bassists happen to be guitarists that had to be bassists because that you can't have 3 guitars.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story of me. Charlie just bullied me into being a bassist until I collapsed.
It wasn't just me; it was our teacher as well.
Oh yeah, my music teacher also bullied me into playing bass.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you learn to slap, you'll be ever so more impressive. Even if it's not a hard riff, it's like you could slap. Like,
managed to knuckle down on a few Chili Pepper songs. That's all right.
Pool cover when?
Because
the thing is, Steve DiGiorgio is one of my inspirations, and I just really want to learn. Just get a 5-string bass and learn it because of that. But I'm scared to, because the second I own a bass and the second I can play bass, I'm just going to be demoted to bassist.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bass can be interesting. I think the problem with rock and metal is, I think it's a general issue, is there's not a lot of thought into the bass writing.
Oh no!
It's literally just like follow the guitar.
Root notes, haha. No, yeah.
I'm being clever. I'm playing the 5th now. Haha.
Like, I mean, not on this album, but like currently in my writing process, like I'm taking a lot more influence from Brian Marshall from Alter Bridge, and he, like, if you actually like look at his playing style, like it's barely he's actually just playing the root note or anything. Like he actually puts a lot of like melody into the bass as well.
Oh yeah.
And like it's got a really good mixture between melody and then like rhythm as well. And I've been taking a lot of influences from him recently, so I look forward to like kind of bringing that to the second album.
That's cool though. Like like our bassist, I've always known him as a guitarist, so he filled in on guitar, and I was like, "Oh, do you want to be in a band?" Because yeah, I was like, I trust you. You can play guitar. You can clearly play the bass bits I want you to play, that you'll play, etc. Comes in, as I starts playing like Les Claypool. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm intimidated. Fuck, because he's like not using a pick or anything. He's just doing like fucking full on tremolo shit with his thumb. Like, oh,
Jesus.
I mean,
shit,
I used to be in a band with a guy who could sweep finger, I guess, on bass. Like do sweeps of bass. He was just crazy, insane bassist, but now he's moved on to guitar instead, and he barely plays bass anymore. But it's like, a bassist that good is so rare. No offense, Luke.
But that's the thing. Like, if someone being impressive on guitar is all cool, But like, if someone's impressive on bass, that's almost the next level because of the rarity.
Mm. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, Luke.
That's all right.
Yeah, you
cry
guys
now.
went to me kicking in Rossi's down.
I'll listen to
Jeez.
some more Alter Bridge later.
Thanks, he's crying now.
Stop! He's dead already.
Don't kick him anymore.
But it's always interesting when you do get a musician in the band that is just ridiculously good. It's like, you feel intimidated, like you're still respectful, but you're like, shit. I feel a bit crap now. Yeah, we just started rehearsal. I'm gonna go home, cry. I might come back. It depends if I've gone into a food coma or not.
There's been times where, like, because Charlie and Jordan just bum Iron Maiden, that they kind of like know literally every song. And there's been times where I'm just like, we're sat in a practice room and then Charlie would just start playing Iron Maiden song and then Jordan would join in and then I'm just sat there like, I don't know this song. And I just sat there like, there's been hours I've just been sat like there just like,
Yeah,
and they
just
keep
look
playing
what
Iron Maiden
power chord
songs.
they're playing and just go dun dun dun
Yeah,
dun
just, like,
dun
try-
dun dun
yeah,
dun.
just gallop it.
But you're not allowed to use a pick either. You need to use your fingers.
I know.
Like I've looked at Steve Harris tabs, and I have had some arseholes getting me to play Steve Harris's parts on Maiden songs. I'm like, you arseholes. I hate you guys. But Guns N' Roses is surprisingly difficult. Like Duff McKagan is all over the place.
Yeah, Duff is
Yeah, Duff's
really
a good
good.
bassist.
Like I've been playing a lot of Guns N' Roses as well over the last few lockdowns as well. So like one song that I really like knuckled down was Night Train. That was like one of my favorite ones, and that's got like constantly the bass is changing.
That's the main one that I'm referring to, because someone got me to play that. I
Yeah.
was like, what?
I know, like I literally had to sit there for like a solid week and be like, okay, Monday I'm gonna look at this intro and I'll just go over it, and then like I'll go play some games and then I'll come back to it, and then it was just a whole process for a whole week, and I managed to get it like by the end of the week. I was like,
So how many basses did you break until you actually got the hang of the song?
I'm broke.
So
They take so long to learn because it's like just that one note that they put there, and then you're like, gotta remember that now.
I think all good songs have great bass lines, like ones that fit that nice little middle point of filling out the rhythm, but also just being complicated. Like Toto's Africa, that one has a lot going on for it, but then again, it's Toto. There's just so much shit going on in those songs. It's ridiculous. They're great.
Literally every Red Hot Chili Peppers song as well.
I've got it stuck in my head now. Thanks. Thanks. Crying now. But
Son's crying.
don't talk to me or my son ever again. So, what have you guys been doing to keep yourselves occupied during lockdown?
Crying.
No, you're Jordan, not Luke.
Jeez. Yikes.
Yikes. I thought we
need
were
a
joking,
hug?
Jordan.
Do you need a socially distanced hug?
I'm sick of those.
You can pay for this virtual hug through my OnlyFans account. £5 per hug.
That's another thing. That's another thing we have to offer now. Virtual
Buy
hugs.
twice, free bathwater.
How's that in a bundle?
The virtual humble bundle.
Going back to the actual question. Just playing bass and then just playing video games. That's the shit all it's been.
But what games?
A lot of it was Call of Duty. I played beginning of lockdown was a lot of Warzone. Then it was a lot of Cold War when that came out, and now I've just been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
La, 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 la.
Amazing.
mean, I'm a generation behind. Still, just started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I finished that. I didn't bother with the DLC in the end because like this is too long.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that at the moment. It's like because you've already got that massive satisfaction from the ending, so it's like you don't have much motivation to start anything else on it.
Yeah, because the thing is, the way they've done it is like you do the main story. Spoilers, by the way. You do the main story, and it's like after that, that's when you level up enough to actually do the other stories. Like I've done the first
Yeah.
DLC, which is great. Like that really expanded it, and then it's the other one, which is like, how high were you when you made this?
Yeah, I mean, oh, it's the one in like Macedonia or something with the second cult, and it's
Oh
just
yeah, that one's
it's
good
just
though.
kind of more of the same though, but like I don't know, it just doesn't entice me enough.
It's there's some good parts in that one. Like if you just go for the main story, just go for that. Don't bother too much with the cultists. I find that one's just too much. But no, after that, like the actual general story was quite good for that. It's the Atlantis expansion I thought was a bit like, stop. It's too
Well,
much.
they had the expansion, which was like the origin of the Hidden Blade. That was quite cool. But aside from that, yeah.
It has just occurred to me that I think I got Assassin's Creed 3 for free with it as well. So that's
Yes,
I
you
can just
do.
go and play that as well now.
Oh,
Nice.
Jordan's
Oh.
dipped.
Oh,
Oh,
bye,
no.
Jordan. Laters.
Right, oh man, it's because we teased him too much.
I feel like
Oh,
I'm
no.
next.
Go on,
Mine keeps,
Alex.
mine keeps lagging.
I'm having to use my hotspot now.
Oh boy.
Real quick, I have D&D
Back.
miniature painting and video games before I get cut off.
Oh,
Same as Luke.
nice. As Fixie's just said that they've played through Odyssey and 100%ed it with all the achievements, and the opinion is meh. Why would you? I respect the fact that they've actually gone ahead and completed it like 100%. Because I just don't
This guy
have.
100% all his games though.
Yeah.
Man, he's into it hardcore.
I mean, I'm currently going through the process of 100% in Valhalla. Like every area that I go to, I make sure that before I go on to the next area, I finish all the side quests, get all like the artifacts and stuff like that. But like so far, I'm like actually been really impressed by the new Assassin's Creed because it's the same writer who did Black Flag, which is
Okay.
one of my favorites. So like since he's come back and he's done this new one, like Vikings is just cool because obviously it's based in England, and then currently I'm actually in Norwich, which is quite fun because we always go there for gigs. So it's kind of like being there as a Viking, even though it's not entirely true. But like, there's also like they talk about like the history of like St. Edmunds as well from Bury, and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of cool.
Nice. Just expanding on what Alex is saying. So, what figures have you been getting? Like normal Warhammer, Warhammer 40k? Oh, I think Alex has actually dropped
He's
out.
actually gone now.
Or he's
You-
that good at just keeping
You-
still.
like-
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back in the room.
Hold up. I'm gonna log out real quick and I'm just gonna get on my hotspot and then I'll answer the question because I didn't catch any of that.
That's
So I'll be
cool.
r-
Wait,
I'll be right back. Sorry.
let's jump onto Charlie then.
Mainly sort of like, yeah, just playing, walking the dog, and then like video games as well.
Wait,
Yeah,
you have a dog?
yeah you've been to
Gina-
my house, Hayden.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's a small dog. It's basically a
It's-
cat.
It's a rat, but yeah,
You've
it has to
met
be.
Hey, you
more.
leave Gino alone. Love that dog.
He's annoying, very annoying.
Don't worry, I
He's
have
more of a
cats.
rat.
One of my cats
Oh, yeah,
has now
cats as
gotten into
well.
the habit of knocking shit off. Like he's never done it before, but now he's just like, "Oh, this table's full of shit. How much of
Not
this can I
anymore."
knock off? How much of that can I knock off by just laying on it?" Like he's not like pushing stuff off. He's just like, "No, I fit here. This is my space. I'm not quite
So I
comfortable."
sit.
Pretty much. Like right now, he's just sleeping on the scanner/printer. Like, I don't know why, but probably because it's the highest space in the entire office.
Asserting dominance.
I have the
Wants to
higher
feel
ground
important.
now.
I have that.
I have the high
There we
ground
go.
now, Anakin. That ending to the Mandalorian was amazing.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh,
pretty
here he
cool.
comes.
Wait, I haven't.
Oh.
I don't think I've actually watched.
I'm not telling. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell anyone because it's just that good of an ending. How you doing?
I was gonna say, don't ruin it.
Is he back?
There
Yeah,
he
you
is.
guys hear me?
there, mate? Yeah, there
Yeah.
he
There
is.
we go.
So while I was waiting for my hotspot to lock on, I actually went and got some of them. So they're all just for like D&D, and my friend 3D prints them.
Ooh.
So I got this big barbarian dude that I'm currently working on. I don't know if you've ever read Berserk, but it's kind of like stuff like,
What you mean? You mean? Fuck! I can't turn my arm properly. There we go.
oh yeah, dude, this is supposed to be Zod. I made him on Hero
Oh
Forge.
yes, that's cool.
So that's what the barbarian dude is. So yeah, I plan on introducing him to a campaign that I'm doing with some old friends, so they have no idea what they're in for. And my favorite one that I did was actually something I personally made. He's a Aarakocra, but he's basically a goose. He's got like a
I love
scythe
it.
he's a warlock, so he's just like a chaotic fiend.
Have
Warlock.
you listened to a band called Beast in Black?
Nah, I don't think I've ever heard of him.
They're like a power metal band, but
Okay.
all their songs are based off of the anime Berserk.
What?
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly good. I think they've released a second album that I've not listened to, but the first one is solid because it's got like loads of
man.
like, Euro pop stuff in there as well. It's just a weird mix, but it works.
Yeah. Because it's such a dark manga. It's just I don't. Oh yeah, they have Zod the Immortal. Like I don't really read mangas or watch animes, but that one, like up to a certain point, I'm definitely not caught up. That one definitely had my attention because just the artwork is just so amazing.
The
and
dude takes
story.
fucking forever to release a chapter though. Like it takes him
Yeah.
like a good 2-3 months to do one chapter.
Yeah, that's true, and he's kind of getting old, so
It's like
ugh.
just finish the show, please. Just finish the series.
Yeah, honestly, what was what's his Ganishka or whatever that dude? That's as far as I got. The giant sky wizard.
I don't even remember because it's been so long that I've read it. Like every now and again, I'm like, do I want to read this? Like, it's been a year now. Oh, there's only 3 chapters. Shit. I'll read them
Yeah.
and then I'll forget it all.
Yeah, it's been years since I've read it, so
But it's weird to think that Final Fantasy VII would never have happened if not for Berserk.
really,
If you think
I
about it,
did not know that.
because Cloud uses a Buster Sword. He uses a big
Yeah.
sword that's way too big for him. That was popularized and created by Berserk. And then as well, Dark Souls. Like Dark Souls is he's massively influenced by Berserk.
Oh man, I
Like
didn't
they
know that.
actually straight up plagiarize Berserk in the game sometimes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's such a good story. I felt Guts was a little edgelord, but he gets better.
To be fair, he did start the show. He did start writing the manga back in like '84.
Yeah,
So it's like, he can be a bit edgelordy if he wants to be.
yeah, he gets better though.
Oh yeah, Jordan, come on down and win your prize.
I've mainly just been practicing and writing things on my little iPad, wherever that may be. And
You're
just
gonna
messing
say your
about with
pillows.
sound. What?
Practicing and writing my stuff on my pillows.
Well, yeah, that as well. It served me well. Mainly, I must admit, I'm a bit of a record collector, so mainly just been window shopping for records that I can't afford yet. That's mainly been me.
So what? So out of the records that you have, because I'm also a bit of a collector. But like, what's your favorite record that you've
Ooh.
like? What record do you have that you think this is perfect on vinyl? like any other format doesn't really do that record justice, or
I
a
could show
particular
you
song
if you
even.
like. I could show you if you like. It's over.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Right, one sec.
You guys do realise that he's also the only one wearing the band merch, like proper repping the band during the interview.
I thought about it, but then I couldn't be asked to change my shirt.
That's the thing. Like, I know how he feels. Like, I wear my own band shirt sometimes, and then my mates are like, "Oh, look at him, that little arsehole wearing his own fucking merch."
I mean, I'm not wearing my merch, but actually my friend designed this t-shirt.
Oh, I
Jade
like it.
Vein. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
If we're shouting out our friends, this is also made by my friend. Acid
Nice.
drop activities, go get him.
He's back.
Right. Oh, sorry, me.
Yeah, well, we were just saying. I was just saying that you're the only one in the band that's repping your own merch, like you're proper
Yeah, so-
repping the band.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a hat now.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. The bloody dog's just.
I also have the hat.
Of course. New merch,
There we
guys.
go. New merch.
Do we all have to get hats now?
Yes.
This is the new
Damn
style.
it, give me a sec.
Oh, might as well stick with it. I've got to balance it on my hair now.
You can just kind of like. Oh, I don't want to actually break the CD inside, to be honest.
No.
Just
There we
balance
go.
it.
Alright, Jordan showing his records now.
What the hell have I just come back into?
Nothing.
Bloody
We
hell.
gotta rep the band.
Oh no, repping it.
Well, I must admit, the one that started it all for me, this.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
Mhm.
sexy
Oh, that's nice.
An original with that. Yeah. I must admit, I was playing this earlier, and honestly, To Tame a Land, what an epic song! It just comes through on every single level, and I don't mean to sound like one of those people, or we're just like, oh yeah, record's better than CD, but in some cases it's true,
Oh yeah,
and this
Yeah,
one definitely.
especially for dynamic range.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, which I also have over
Seventh
there.
Son.
Such a
yes.
good album.
But
That
it's
was the
all-
first ever vinyl that I bought. So like
Really?
the first time, yeah. So like the first vinyl listening, and I was like, oh my god, this is damn.
If you
Very
ever
good,
get the
very-
chance, try and listen to
Ooh.
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen on vinyl. That sounds absolutely phenomenal. Just again, due to dynamic range, there's so much up down
I think-
down with it.
I think my godfather, he has like thousands. He literally has thousands of records. He just goes out to a place and just buys records, and he's got Bohemian Rhapsody and all that. When he played that when I was around here, that was just great.
It does sound amazing.
Yeah,
Like it does. Like MP3 CD doesn't compare to it just because you just don't have that same kind of range.
yeah.
Mhm.
But he's got like this massive collection. Like the first time I ever heard Opeth was him just playing an Opeth record. on a
Opeth
record
must sound
player.
great on vinyl.
I got
Oh, mate.
To
Blackwater
confess,
Park.
I've never even heard anything on vinyl.
Nah, you're missing out.
It's
Yo, I got
expensive, but it's
Blackwater
worth
Park.
it.
Yeah, I
It
got
is.
Blackwater Park on vinyl, and I love it. It's so fucking good.
But when it comes to vinyl, the one thing that I will say, depending on the band, I find a lot of metal doesn't translate very well to vinyl.
Mm.
It
It de-
depends.
Like I don't think Metallica translates particularly well.
No.
Yeah, I think like a lot of like the rock bands like Guns N' Roses and all that they work quite well on it. But I think when you start getting like more into like the technical side of metal, it probably doesn't quite as well as like digital.
That's the thing though. Like I bought what records do I have? I've got 2 Trivium records. I've got What the Dead Men Say and In Waves, and they both sound fantastic on vinyl. While
Mhm.
I've got Metallica, I've got Judas Priest. Well, to be fair, the Priest record I've got is Angel of Retribution, and that didn't they didn't translate particularly well, unfortunately.
Mm.
Were they
suppose,
picture
like-
discs? Were they picture discs? Angel of Retribution.
No. To be fair though, the copy of Angel of Retribution that I have, I think there's a bit of a problem with it, the way they printed it, because it's like I think it's like really overly distorted in parts, where I know that's
Yeah.
not the case.
Yeah, you do get a few of them. Yeah. You do get a few of them.
God's sake.
What?
What did Hayden
I'm repping the
start?
band.
You're already repping the band. You're just outdoing us now.
Got to show my dedication, boys.
He may be late, but at least he did it.
Exactly.
Alex.
That's a
Hey,
joining
man.
some.
You're slacking.
Hey, come on.
I'm lazy. Also, the CD's downstairs. I'm not gonna go back downstairs.
No, that's right.
No
I've-
dedication.
I got rid of all my CDs. It's just because I never used them.
Yeah, I don't have a CD player. Like, I don't think we've even got like a CD drive in the whole house. Like, not even my Xbox has a CD player anymore.
Look, I don't have a CD player, but I do have like CD drive to put all the music onto my PC and like onto my phone.
Yeah.
I like having the music digitally, being able to have it with me wherever and whenever I want it. But I
Yeah.
also like having the physical thing to hold in my hands, and CD is just that perfect middle ground for me.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, no, like, the only CD player I have is my car. That is it.
Oh yeah. I have like a
Still
little
good, though.
extension for my laptop, and that's kind of it. Like my car's got one, but that's because that's built in, and I don't use it. I always use like a little little radio frequency thing that works on my phone's
Yeah.
Bluetooth, because that's easier.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
But yeah, so what's the next step? What's the next step for Brazen Bull?
Gigs, hopefully.
Gigs.
Yeah.
Gigs,
hopefully.
promote.
Gigs.
Yeah.
Just trying to build a solid fan base.
Are you guys worried at all that that some of your gigs are just going to get cancelled or moved or anything like that? Or do you guys
I
feel
think-
fairly confident that these are going to go ahead?
I'm confident. Like, we've already
just-
got a third of the population vaccinated, and then they're now starting to do like the second doses and stuff like that. So I think we're getting to the point where it will like touch wood. It should definitely be it now.
I mean, I'm doubtful. Well, I have some doubts that the earlier gigs which we have booked may get cancelled or pushed back a bit, but you know, around the middle of this year, things should be getting back to normal, hopefully. And you know, that's really when we can hopefully thrive.
Fingers
Prepare
crossed.
for the worst.
Yeah, hopefully.
Prepare for the worst. Hope for the best.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm pessimistically optimistic about it. Like
Yes,
I'm
Yeah.
in it. I'm being like yeah gig. But it could still get cancelled. But yeah gig.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So
nice to have that like light at the end of the tunnel, even
Oh,
if,
yeah.
if it's extended. But yeah,
Did you
keeps us
guys
going.
did you guys feel like like when it started being announced like, oh, you can do gigs again and stuff, blah 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 around this time? Did you feel like a surge of like, yes, thank
Yeah.
fuck I could do the thing that I really enjoy doing?
Like, I didn't believe it initially. Like, when they said like 21st of June, like, like there's like no restrictions kind of thing. I thought, yeah, well, gigs can't go ahead surely. But then like they started saying, well, festivals still go ahead and stuff like that. And like it slowly, like the realization hit me, like, oh shit, we could do gigs now.
I really do. I bought my Bloodstock ticket for this year. So I'm like,
I've been thinking about getting a ticket.
I want to go.
it's like this year is looking really good. So I'm like, I really want to go. I'm really like,
Yeah.
but
'Cause what you got like Judas Priest, you've got Skindred.
the
That's,
headliners this year are
Creator, aren't they?
Yes, Creator have just been announced because it was Merciful
Yeah,
Fate
wow.
originally, but they can't do it now. So Now
Yeah.
it's Creator, Judas
Is
Priest.
it like Devon Townsend or something like
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, as I said, Skin Dread. You've got Evil have been announced. You know,
that?
there's some
Something
really.
else.
I feel like bands like Saxon and Diamond Head, I'm pretty sure are playing.
Yeah, Saxon's playing. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
have
on
a look.
Sunday.
I
Isn't it?
think Liberty Lies is also playing.
Yeah, they're playing.
You've got Skin Dread, Dimmu Borgir. You've got
Oh, that'd be cool.
Violence, Bury Tomorrow, Paradise Lost, Glory Hammer, Silosis, Ginger. You've got Phil Ansamo doing a set of Vulgar Display of Power. So that's going to be cool.
Ooh. That would be cool.
Acid Rain, Orange Goblins, Sacred Reich.
All got Berry Tomorrow. I quite like those.
You've got Bloody Wood, which is actually going to be... Oh, Black Dahlia Murder. And so on. I think that there's more stuff being announced all the time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen announcements on like bands' Facebook page, like Instagram pages for the actual Bloodstock page.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
They're
mean, even the
gonna-
Liberty Lies one. Like I've seen like they've got more bands on there than the actual Bloodstock page.
Whoops. They're not going to be asked back then.
Someone's gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't get that when bands do that. It's like, oh, we've just done it before them. It's like, that's so troublesome. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like I've interviewed bands
Yeah.
before and they're like, oh, could you delete this bit because we're not supposed to announce it yet? Like, why did you announce it?
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't do it live, so I could cut it. But I was like, oh, now I need to like go through like 3 hours of footage and find
Make
that
sure that you
bit.
didn't mention it again, and yeah,
Mm.
it's just the sort of stuff you got to be careful about.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like, I can understand if like you're really excited about it, but you gotta
you can
not
hint
be
at
too
it.
excited.
You can
Yeah.
you can maybe hint at it a little, but
Yeah.
I'd say try not to say anything until the promoter has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always
Mm.
like wait for the promoter to put it out before you do.
Like I'm quite annoying with that because sometimes, like, unless the promoter explicitly tells me, "Oh, you can announce the gig," I'll be like, "Can we wait? I'm waiting for an announcement. There's no announcement." So like a week later, like, "Excuse me, are we allowed to announce this yet?" Like, yeah, go ahead. Like, oh fuck, all right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah. No, they've definitely got it on their Instagram. They don't have any comments though. Like, how big of a band are they? They've only got like 1.4 thousand followers.
Still more than me. Still more than my
Yeah.
bands.
Same. Just hide away.
Back.
There we go.
Strange.
Definitely do.
Yeah, it was-
Cause I've seen, because I definitely have seen you guys around a few times. Cause I kept thinking, like, I recognise the name. So where have I seen it? And I keep forgetting that I've seen you guys. Well, seen you guys on the posters for like Norwich gigs quite often.
Mm.
yeah, most of our gigs have been in Norwich.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
our first year of gigging, literally every gig was in Norwich until we got like
Yeah.
one back in like Stowmarket or something. And Bury.
Yeah, we got the gig of Renegade 12, which was our first Suffolk gig
Yeah.
in like what 2 years.
I mean, what?
Maybe.
These guys, they're a Berry band, Berry Sun had been space band, and their
Never
first
played in
Berry
Berry.
gig was a
The
year
last
ago.
gig we
The last gig
Yeah.
we did. My
It was our
first gig was
Berry gig. Yeah,
Whoops.
was our first Berry gig, but that's why we've got like the reaction we got from that one Berry gig kind of gives me a lot of hope that we're gonna probably thrive in Berry quite a bit.
Do you,
Because from that just one gig, even with our previous singer, we got a good reaction.
so here's a good question. When it comes to your local area, like how like with promoters and venues and stuff, do you guys get a lot of outside bands like from outside the area, or is it very much a case of we keep to ourselves sort of thing?
In Ipswich, mainly like Dead Soul Promotions, Darren there, he brings in quite a few bands from like Europe and stuff, so that's quite good.
Oh yeah,
but,
Darren's brilliant like that.
Yeah.
I actually need to hit him
Mm.
up. He's probably
Mm.
been like, oh, you've got those faces left. I don't know what he sounds like. He probably doesn't sound like that at all. He's probably got like a lot of bass.
He doesn't sound like that.
He probably has a lot of bass in his voice. The room rumbles when he speaks.
Yeah, and like
I think
Bury St Edmunds is
Bury-
probably more like
it's very much
local
like,
kind of thing.
yeah.
But
like Bury like kind of thrives on the local bands. There's like loads of local bands. Like they have Bury Sound, which is solely for local bands, and that it's always full of different bands each year.
Hmm.
And like the Hunter Club, that's always got bands like they got like Gaffer Tape Sandy, who always play there because they're probably one of the bigger bands from Bury at the moment.
yeah,
But I think Ipswich is definitely more like there's definitely a lot of different bands from different places of the country.
It'll be interesting to see how it sort of goes for a lot of promoters, because I'm sure loads of them are getting bombarded. Probably a bit like like some performers on OnlyFans, like, send us a free picture, please. Show us a demo.
or
Yeah, no, I think, but they obviously like a lot of people are bombarding the promoters, but also the promoters have still got loads of gigs that they postponed from like.
Oh yeah, and there's
Over
loads
a
of
year
bands that
ago
have been
now.
split since then.
Yeah, a lot of bands have split from then. Like,
Yeah.
oh, was it? Who was that Norwich-based gig? That was it like Chivalry or something like that? They split and they were fairly big. It was, they're a Norwich band, and I remember they had quite a big following and they split over lockdown. Is it Chivalry or like Cavalry kind of? It's along that sort of name.
I don't think any of us know what you're talking about, mate.
Yeah, I know.
There's
But
I think there's about 4
yeah.
bands that I've played with and know that have split since lockdown.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's definitely hard to really keep together through this times. I mean, you've got to actively be communicating with each other, actually doing stuff together, which I think we've been lucky enough to have gotten ahead and been real productive over that time, which definitely kept us going a long way.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the fact that we had the album recorded really helped us in that regards. That we've been having this thing that we kind of got, which we kind of split over a couple of months, which kind of kept giving content. But it was those people who released an album like towards the beginning of lockdown or like before lockdown, like they've had nothing and they could do nothing over this last year, and
Yeah.
that's when I think like tensions rose and stuff like that, where maybe they've just had enough. But they might reform, but at the end of it, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I completely get that. Like we've been lucky to a degree because, well, lucky and unlucky because we've only just the last gig we played was literally 3 days before lockdown happened, and that's when we welcomed the new guitarist. So we didn't have photos, we didn't have anything like that. So it's like shit. So it's like gradually trying to like put content out while there's not that much. So it's like shit. What did I put out? Been lucky enough to been able to record at home, luckily, so that's been quite handy for us. But I know for a lot of bands, it's been like, yeah, we can't do anything because we can't get into the studio.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
we haven't
sucks.
even done a gig with Alex yet.
We
No,
did
we've
the
done, like,
live
a
stream.
live stream thing.
We did the
but-
live stream.
Yeah,
We did the live stream, but like we haven't done a proper gig with Alex yet. So it's kind of
Okay.
like it's like you've nearly been in the band for nearly a year now, and we
yeah.
still haven't
Like,
done
by
a
the
gig.
time we can actually gig, it will be like over
It'll
a year
be
since you've
over
been
a year
in.
since you
Um,
joined, which is crazy to think about.
It's
When did
going
we do the live stream?
Yeah,
it's going to be really
Mhm.
cool when everyone can even rehearse again.
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean-
the thing is, like rehearsals, like when we're allowed to rehearse, it's only like 5 weeks before gigs are able to start again. So there's
Yeah.
not actually that big of a window for rehearsals to happen before the gigging period starts.
I think plus everyone's going to be wanting to get back in, so it's going to be so many people at once, like crowding and stuff.
Yeah, we got.
And then you've also got to balance that with going to the pub with your mates,
Yeah.
because most days you probably ought to be doing that.
Yeah, but I think everyone's going to go back into the rhythm that they're most comfortable with once everything sort of comes back. And I think at first everyone's going to rush out and just kind of not be careful. But I think like the pubs, I think pubs are kind of like the last thing on my mind. It's more, just being able to play shows again and just getting the word out of music and shit.
Mm.
So that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
good.
no, just getting back on the stage is what we're just can't wait for.
So one of the
I'm sure
worst
everyone
parts
is
is
same.
just not knowing which venues are still available, because some of them are like still crashing and just can't hold gigs or anything, while
Mhm.
some other venues are just like, yeah, we can only have like tribute and cover acts because they bring in money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been very lucky with the Hunter Club. They've been able to keep afloat over lockdown, because a lot of like the venues, I know, like from what I've heard, like there's been quite a few venues that have been owned by like Green King or someone like that, like someone who didn't open the place as a music venue. They've then had to shut, but like because of the Hunter Club, the person who owns that, Nick, he actually opened it as a music venue rather than a pub, so he's kind of kept it open in knowing that they're going to be able to do gigs again. But like some places have just not been able to survive.
Yeah, which is a shame. Hopefully that, hopefully not too many venues have closed down during this time, or hopefully new ones will spring up due to that.
Yeah.
I mean, there
And
must
like,
be a higher demand for music at this point. There must be a higher demand for live gigs because
definitely.
everyone's
It's got to be a huge demand.
it's probably going to be like a ridiculous influx. It's like, whoa, what? Wait, last time we came here, there were only 3 people here. Now the room's full. What is going on?
It'll be like the baby boomer generation, but for music.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because like most of like the big bands as well, they've like all reset their touring schedules now. So like people who were having like tours last year are going to have their tours this year, and people who are going to have their tours this year are still going to have their tours this year.
But there's plenty
So
that have
like,
actually moved it to next year instead.
yeah, because I think, is it Trivium? They've got their UK tour this year, I think.
Yes, later on, like October, November, I think.
Yeah, October. Yeah, I remember looking at that. I was like, I need to get a ticket for that. I think also Skindred, they've got their UK tour this year. I think there was talk that Slipknot are releasing another album.
Rammstein finished an album during lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was even talks of Guns N' Roses doing an album or something like that.
I don't think that one's happening. Metallica could have written an album by now.
Megadeth have been writing an album for a while now, but I think they were meant to release this year, but have just been putting it off, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think like
Maiden,
rumors that Iron Maiden,
yeah, especially now that they're doing Download next year,
and it's not the Legacy of the Beast tour.
Yeah,
so it might be hinting.
Yeah, but I feel like with Maiden, it's always like 2 greatest hits tours, and then they release a new album for maybe half a year, and it's like, let's do another greatest hits tours.
That's the
that
thing.
brings
It's
the
like
money
the Legacy tour's been going on since like what, 2018?
I think it's been going on for longer, hasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like it was 2016.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, part of me says that.
Yeah, it was like when Guns N' Roses like got to back together with Slash, and then they also had like Angus on tour with them as well. So it's kind of like a mix of like an AC/DC Guns N' Roses, and that tour went on for years, just because it was such a big event that Slash was back.
I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get to hear Axl Rose put out a record with AC/DC. I know loads of people hate the idea of that, but I'm like, I really want to know what that would have sounded like, even if it was complete garbage.
But we're happy that Brian's back.
Oh, Brian's fantastic.
Yeah.
The new record's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah, I quite like a lot of the songs, but I just want them to do another tour. I want to see AC/DC so much.
I'm not that. I actually managed to see Scorpions a little while ago. I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah,
they weren't bad, but I feel like I don't know. They're not big in the UK anymore. I think anything below the age of 40, no one really knows Scorpions here because
I kind of felt
We
like that was a bit the same when I saw Whitesnake as well.
but Whitesnake are fantastic.
They
I
are
love
brilliant.
Whitesnake.
Mm.
I
And
saw them
Dave-
at Download in 2019, and that was phenomenal.
Like David Coverdale has the poshest voice,
Yeah.
but he has such a great voice. Apparently, he's doing something with Jimmy Page again.
Is he actually?
Yeah, I think he's gonna do another record, Coverdale Page records. I'm like, yes.
That'd be good.
Can he just replace Robert Plant and Led Zeppelin? I think that would be great because he's gonna want to do it.
He probably would do it, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so it would have been cool to see Pantera with Zakk Wylde, but now you can't do it because Vinny's gone.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That would have been really cool, actually.
That would be sick.
So sad. But yeah, we're almost hitting the 2-hour mark, so I think we
It's
should.
been 2 hours already.
Yeah, it's already been 2 hours.
Jesus.
But is
Jeez.
there anything you guys want to plug? Anyone you want to thank? Anything you want to say before we raid Footprints in Custard?
Probably
pretty
just-
much. Go
like
straight
the
to
album, yeah. Just on
Yeah.
the album, just like thank you
I-
to everyone who's been doing that so far. It's like
Yeah.
Where can you buy the album?
So-
Bandcamp.
yeah, you can get like the physical, beautiful CDs that you can also wear as hats from our Bandcamp store.
As
And then
well as
people get the
t-shirts.
t-shirts.
So there's t-shirts and then a bundle
Yeah.
to save some money.
Bundaroo.
A bundaroo. But yeah, then just like
but-
everywhere else for the rest of it.
And then
I want to do
follow-
cassettes for the album, but I'm trying to persuade them.
I mean, you've got us persuaded. I mean,
Oh, have I? All right,
yeah,
sick.
you said you'd finance it yourself, so go ahead, my man.
Where's
Go
the money
ahead.
from?
Oh, damn it. Fuck.
Like I'll be like vinyl. I understand. Cassette is like not
Yeah,
everyone
that's
carries a pen with them all the time.
I think that's just uni Charlie talking.
Oh.
Hey, if it
I
works,
do
it
know-
works. I'm not one
Fight.
to I'm not one to disagree with anyone if something works.
I do know a couple of people who are cassette collectors, so it's definitely out there. I mean, like people my age, it's out there, Charlie's gonna
You're not that
capitalize on
young. You don't seem that young. Like people my age.
it.
My dad gets cassettes, so I'm sure he'd be up for it. He's got like all Iron Maiden and Sabbath on cassettes, so
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for coming on to the 23rd episode of the Mesmerise podcast. This will be out Wednesday as usual. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on. We are now
Thank
going
you.
to raid
Yeah, thank you
Footprints
so
in-
much for having us, Danny.
Custard. So for the audience that is still here, do show them some love. If you are going to shoot off, do stay for a few minutes at least, because we're polite. Thank you.
Cheers. Danny.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
guys
you
so
very
much
much.
for coming on.
Yeah.
Seriously appreciate it.
Thank you.